back to another live stream. This is obviously a bit of a different one. I didn't get time to make the layout a little nicer, so this is what we got. We are using the turntable, and I can show off the new Catachan model. I've also got my dear friend Flo, the painter Flo, with us. And last week, if you were there, we had talked about getting some tattoos on my awesome Catachan models because that would be within their character. But I do not possess the talent for that. However, I know someone who does. So we're just going to take advantage of that, you know, because, you know, we're friends, right?
For now.
And I've got 6 Catachan in. Well, I don't think Simon here actually has any tattoos, because in the movie he doesn't have any tattoos. But I've got 6 other Catachan mans who could do with some tattoos. So I did a little research today, trying to find cool 40K tattoos and a couple of other types of things. And so that's what we are going to be working on here. Now, it's a little harder for me to see the chat, so I am going to be observing it from my tablet. Huh?
Oh, I was going to ask if it was muted as you're muting it.
Yes. Yes, indeed. So, we'll just say hi to everybody real quick. As always, thank you, Paul, for monitoring the chat and making sure people behave themselves. Savage, welcome to the chat. Kind of in studio. Always appreciate you. He always reminds everybody to hit the like button, which I appreciate because I'm terrible at remembering that. Johnny Kapow, welcome.
Just said it now.
6 in the head, welcome. Todd, hello. So I was going to work on the Catachan kernel because I've been very, very excited. This is my first day off in a long time, and I'm going to hang out and play with that. But we're figuring out tattoos as well, so I don't really have much in the way of images to share with you guys either, so sorry, this was not well planned. Anyway, some of the ones that I was looking at though, you know, there's obviously the Aquila, you know, double-headed eagle, which is that one there.
Mm-hmm.
I found an entire tattoo sheet, so we can take all kinds of stuff from there. No space wolves, we don't want that.
Well, of course not.
No, none of that. Probably no fleur-de-lis, but you know, I still want to kind of figure out some kind of sister homage to pop in there. And that's really about the extent of it. And then a mom picture. I figured we needed a mom tattoo.
Mom tattoo.
Yeah, so
can't we just like have war instead of mom? The little thing
in hearts. I could be okay with that. Show off the little Catachan before model. We're gonna take Dylan away here because he's gonna be getting work done. But here's my
demands.
That's right. This is what we're working with to start. All right. So all of these dudes will hopefully have tattoos on them by the end of the day. So let me just pick one off of there and start working on it. So let's start with something basic. Let's get an Aquila probably on one. I'm thinking. And then Flo can probably give you progress updates from there, because I don't really have a good way of...
Well, I'm going to practice one before putting it on.
Whatever. I mean, what would you like to practice on?
I have a piece of paper in front of me that I was going to just use.
That works too. That works too.
I'm going to steal this real quick.
Hey, Shale. Yeah, I don't think he has tattoos.
No, but he does have a little insignia on his...
He does.
Loincloth there that he does not have on the model.
This is true. Most of the sisters thing is probably something on fire. Fair enough. Fleur-de-lis. I don't know. Fleur-de-lis you see on the Sisters of Battle. I don't know that would translate well to like a tough Catachan fighter. I imagine it would be a little different, so we'll see.
You might need to take a look at something. I think that they might be getting audio from the camera and Yeti.
Oh, nice.
There we go. That probably fixes that.
That's right, instead of echo.
Alright guys, if you had an echo before, let me know if you still have one, because I think we've adjusted it. Again, getting used to the new setup, and it wasn't tested or anything, so.
Planned
And I'm just
out
going to
ahead
work
of time?
on getting my Catachan dude work done, huh?
Planned out ahead of time, not so much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the other thing that I like to do, read chat while you do the work.
Yes. I knew that was coming.
No more echo. Okay, good. Thank you. Sorry about that. We have an additional camera, a separate camera set up for this, and I had to kill the audio for it, so. It is what it is. All right, let's see here.
You might need to crank your gain now, because it's very quiet.
Is it too quiet, guys? Can you hear me all right? The only proper tattoo for a Catachan is a smaller, angrier Catachan fighter. I love it.
It's
All right. Hopefully that's not too crazy. That seems like that's looking okay. All right. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys either. Okay, so getting back to Catachan painting. Except I'm using Castellan green, because why not? Oh, we need to get a skin color correct first. So of course I'm gonna actually make Dylan from Predator, because
Duh.
yeah, well, it's just so obvious. He looks amazing. He's so cool. And I guess I'm gonna have to pretend he has a mustache. I thought it was more part of the model than that. Let's see here. We can hear you good. Okay, good. Along with tattoos, what sort of painted scars can be done? So I've got a scar on one of the dudes, and I think the wash kind of filled that in all right. Sort of the idea. You can always put a Sister of Battle pin-up on them. As cool as that would be, well, I don't know. That's really up to Flo, whether or not she wants to try that.
I don't know. Maybe? We'll see how far I can get with everything else.
Savage. Whenever I think of Catachans, I slightly think StarCraft terrain art. They had tons of graffiti and slogans on their armor. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Daily Tinkers all the way. Okay, good. Sorry to keep asking that again. All the troubleshooting apparently just happens on the live stream. Okay, so I've got the tattoos kind of so again, we're starting with the Aquila, and, you know, so I was just going to practice that. I'm going to get the base coats here on Dylan and figure him out. So what are you using?
I am using Micron Pens.
Okay, so what just Micron, what is it,
Well, it's a
It's a
0.005, which is a 0.2 millimeter. It says on here.
It does. It's on the front, I think.
Yes, 0.2.
0.2 millimeter Micron pen. That's what we are going to be using for the tattoo art. And then I guess maybe filling it in with paint. Is that right?
Maybe. But we do have a bunch of colors now, so we might not have to do so much paint.
That's right. You just got those today. So
Yes.
I'm so excited. Any of the face symbols from the deck of cards might be cool. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Do you know who you want the Aquila on?
That bald guy.
That bald guy, this one here.
It's really just the one, yeah. Everyone else is
Well, my vision's not the greatest.
There's bald guy, there's Mohawk man, and everyone else I'm gonna have to like delineate maybe by their guns. I'm not sure. We'll see how far
they
we
kind
get.
of have character.
They
so.
all have characters. What I love about the Catachans, they're the coolest for exactly that reason. They've got such
so
character.
much character.
So we're gonna try and mix some paints up here and get Dylan painted up. Make sure you get a tattoo of Mom. Yep, that is one of the ones I have. In fact, we were debating whether or not I should say Mom
Or war.
or War. I don't know. It's not too edgelordy if it says War. I mean, Mom is also kind of, but it's funny at least. I don't know. And Space Wolves, please practice on paper before minis. She's already doing that. I'm not painting these. Are you kidding me? It's important.
It's all a joke.
It's important to know the you know, the limitations of your,
Abilities.
or like interest. Because painting is plenty fun. It's as fun as far as it goes. Or as fun as far as it goes. But
As fun as you're willing to get.
well, yeah. I do have a very notorious problem with time, as my closest friends are very aware of.
No. Wait, do I
Mom
actually
scratched out and replaced by war. Now you're getting real fancy there, Johnny. Oh my gosh. Just start making these absurd requests of Flo. Just be like, well, how about a squirrel jumping out of an airplane? Like, really? You draw that? Maybe. I have a lot of faith in you.
Oh,
You're doing a great job already. These tiny, tiny Micron pens.
Yes, but it's going to have to be smaller than that to fit on his arm, so we're going to go smaller.
Oh dear.
I'm going to say started, got smaller, getting smaller again.
Gotcha. We'll see. We'll see how far we get with this. In the meantime, I can always give you guys progress updates on Dallin. Yeah. Currently, I am. Well, actually, that is pretty good the way it is. I don't know that I need to mix much of a color for him. All right. Is this archival ink? Do you know the type of ink that they're using? I thought it said so.
Pigma, Micron ink, archival ink, yes.
Okay. So yeah, these are archival ink pens for what it's worth. Make it sound better. Say mama's boy. The Chihuahua. I don't know that the planet of Catachan would have Chihuahuas. I feel like that might be...
Chihuahuas would be dead by then.
Yeah, I'm just not confident. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize the Colonel is not wearing a shirt. He's got a midriff. That's great. Love it already. So, I'm very excited. He just got assembled today, and so we're gonna start off with my lovely sloppy base coating.
I mean, base coating. So it's not going to have much, like, real detail to it, but we are getting
It's okay.
there.
If it's got the little wings that looks like...
Yeah, like, as long as it has the general shape, people will get it, but, you know.
Aw, Space Wolf's just, super chatted. Thank you. Well done, girl. Tattoos hurt when it's botched in real life and in minis. Well, I will feel neither pain. I mean, I guess I'm not worried about it getting botched. If anything, it might, like... The worst it can be is that it maybe lacks a little bit of detail, but, I mean, stuff can be painted over on a miniature. I don't know that that's is true for real-life tattoos.
Just tattoo over it.
Just keep layering.
I mean, some people do.
It's not my strength. Catachan as Catachihuahuas. Wow. I'm gonna get smacked. One of these guys needs a quote from Ezekiel in Pulp Fiction on an arm or shoulder. Or okay, maybe a vehicle. Yeah, but I mean, he's talking about like the 10-minute solo by Samuel L. Jackson.
It'll just be his entire arm.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you could just probably scribble and say, yeah, it's that. That's what I would do.
Do you remember the angry, like, murder babies that I did with the scroll work? Yeah, all of those were written out.
I do. Those were Malifaux, right?
No.
Angry Babies? Angry Babies.
Wrath of Kings.
Wrath of Kings. That's right. Oh, yeah. You did really great work on those.
Oh, no, you have a little bit of skin on his name tag there.
It's washed now. It's washed under the bridge, my dear.
Well, you know, I let you know.
I appreciate that. It's super cute when people point out my painting flaws.
Shh. It'll be okay.
Oh, no, that's my own response. Like, yeah. I mean, remember, I came from, like, the War Machine audience. Nobody paints nothing over there.
Truth.
That said, some people do. And there's someone in chat who did a beautiful job on Old Witch too. Oh, he posted on my Facebook. It's beautiful. Partiful.
Well, Old Witch is kind of a favorite of yours too.
Well, aside from her being awesome, yes, the model is just fantastic. It's a big stompy robot. That's basically after my own heart, right? So I'd like some tattoos, but I don't have the body for it. I didn't know there was a body type required for tattoos.
After some of the ones I've seen, there really isn't.
Yeah, I imagine that's just...
But I kind of feel that, like, it sucks when you've got more weight to you, because then, like, the tattoo will stretch and shrink with your skin.
Oh. So I guess do a lot of people wait to a certain point, like set it as a goal or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
May or may not be one of those people.
Well, you already have one, I thought.
I have one that has faded very much, and I need to get it redone. But yes, I have one. It's not like it's on a flappy part of my body, though. Behind my ear, I don't think that stretches very much.
Oh, that's right. Well, anyway, it's not really my style, which apparently puts me in the minority of Americans, because I'm pretty sure the number of people I know without tattoos of almost any age is far less than the number of people I know with them. And I don't even know that I'm in that many people. All right. He's got skin tone. Does My Little Pony count? No. You're gonna have those Catachans looking like Erebus by the end of this. There you go. Just all of the tattoos. Yes, jump. Looks so great. Here, just put him right back where he was. Blink sure his arms out, though. He's got to show off, like, hey, guys, look at this sweet tattoo I got last night from a friend of mine.
He's coming round.
Because we're all in quarantine, but, you know, no one cares. The Catachan don't care. He's getting a tattoo. Is it showing off? Can you guys see it?
It's right. It's there now.
Yeah. All right. So that's the first one. So that's just a simple Aquila. You know, the double-headed eagle. Do you want to try one with color?
I'm down.
I'm
adventurous.
I'm thinking red. Let's see here. Be brave, no regrets. Tattoo up.
No regrets.
No regrets. Not one little letter. What are the pens being used for? Sorry, just jumped on. So my friend Flo is using 0.2 millimeter Micron pens to draw tattoos on my Catachan, while I paint up the Catachan kernel. Looks great. Oh, lots of positive feedback. We should do this again.
Well, I mean, you'd have to have more models for tattooing, which you do.
I have 5 more, and we can do
And
more than
those.
one tattoo. Yeah, let's get to them. Sweet tattoo. Hey, Brian. I have a few tattoos. Regret a couple of them.
Don't
Oh, Paul.
they all?
We'll have to have a chat about that at some point. Okay, so just claim the flesh-colored tattoos. Ooh, well, I do like the skull. Skull is. Can you do like a skull with a rose, like a red rose?
Like holding onto a red rose with a rose behind it. Skull with like crossbone red roses.
Yeah, 2 roses. Would that look weird? Do you think they would just look like balloons?
Well, let me try
Alright,
it.
she's gonna try. So, so we're gonna.
I'm like, this thing.
All right, so skull, but instead of crossbones, it's gonna be roses because this guy's a softie, whichever one it is. Kind of feeling like Mohawk needs that one.
Like that's what's really missing from his head.
There you go. Put a Mike Tyson tattoo on one of those. Doesn't he have a bunch of tribal tattoos? I thought
Well, he
they
has the one
were-
on his face.
Is that the only one he has? No.
No, but that's the one they're talking about for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, if you want to try and tattoo one of their faces, I feel like Mohawk guy
You
would
have,
also
like, the
have
teardrop.
that. So New Mexico, actually.
that's exactly why I said it.
Oh, New Mexico, my goodness.
Oh, Punisher tattoo.
Ooh, yeah, we should definitely get a Punisher tattoo on one of them. I mean, they've got 2 arms.
That one's even got a head.
Well, that's true.
Bald head.
Oh man, I don't know about
when
head
when I was looking at like the 40K tattoos, that was like one of the first ones, is Aquila across the back of his head.
Oh dear.
And I was like, oh, okay. Well, you went for it. You went for it.
Skull with a rose in the teeth, a la Gomez Adams style. Maybe.
Where'd it go?
It went flying as far as possible. Ugh. Because that's what happens.
Because life.
Because gravity is cruel. And the rest of physics too. I want those pens to put tribal tattoos on the picked warriors of the Conan game. So awesome. Thank you for demonstrating this. Well, you're welcome. I know I'm very excited. But it's cool because it's in the theme of
the nature
of the Catachan specifically. So they would of course have all of this. Let's see. So Power Fist, that's metal. Hey Rory, appreciate you being here. Guns and Roses is good. Well, I don't know about guns. I like the roses. They already have guns, and I feel like drawing it would be very difficult.
You just look like a metal tube.
Right? On that scale. Tattoo a target on their head. That's a pretty cool one. I mean, that's
Just like a
oddly
red
suicidal, but maybe. That's kind of a cool idea. I don't hate it. Let me think on it. See how far we get with this skull. Now, I mean, if you could get like a servo type of skull done, that would be amazing, but that's an exceptionally complex looking skull. She didn't say she could do it, so I guess I'm not going to push that one.
I would have to look it up and see.
Oh, let me show you.
I mean, I've got like your actual servo skull is.
Well, Fulvius is downstairs sleeping. I'm not going to wake him up.
He's been doing no work lately.
I know, he's a layabout, let me tell you. The worst. Judgy and layabout.
Kind of. Would need to be smaller.
It would. That red is pretty light also.
Yeah.
Is there a way to darken it?
Well, I got the brown.
Yeah, I feel like that improves matters. Figuring it out.
And then maybe
Heart
do
with mom in it. He's a Catachan, but he loves his mom. That's true. I'm getting a lot of votes for the mom tattoo, and I'm inclined to agree.
We're gonna do it.
We're
gonna do it.
It's gonna be, but I think it's gonna be mom and not
War.
anything else. Mom with the heart, of course, because you really get the lettering part. Well, on the bright side, a servo skull doesn't have the lower jaw, so that helps. I mean, then there's just block art.
I mean, that's super simple.
Well, I guess that's basically that skull, right?
It's
Yeah.
almost that one right there.
All right. See if you can't shrink that down a bit. Do I have any of them? One of them is shirtless. He's got a bandolier going across it, but maybe he could have a tattoo across his back. I don't know. You'd have to look at it and see how feasible that would be. Damn, this all looks good now. That's right. Me and my brother and my sister got matching mbop tattoos.
Oh my god.
Ha!
I'm supposed to get one that matches my siblings. They already got theirs, and then I was too broke to get mine.
Of what?
But they have the talisman setups from the Jackie Chan adventures, and it's for their Chinese zodiac. So there's one representing each of us.
Oh. Yeah, I would just laugh if any of my brothers or siblings were to be like, we should get tattoos together. Like, no. Go have fun. It's your hot body. Do what you want. Turns out it's mine too. I don't know. I guess that's an interesting family choice. Just can't imagine doing it. I could imagine my mom being talked into it though.
Your mom would totally be down for it.
Yeah, she's always been cooler than me. Had my favorite singer, Joseph Arthur, draw me a tattoo a long time ago. He said he was scared to get a tattoo, and now he has like 50, and I never got the one he drew for me. What? Well, I mean, you've got the image still, right, Brian? I assume? Maybe? Yeah? Target that says, hit me, I'm hypnotized. It would have to say all of that, though. Gotta add it. Jackie Chan Adventures was a great show. There you go. You got some allies in the chat here for you on that. I have Blood Angel's Terminator model featuring Fulvius. What? Did you show this to me? I don't remember this. Yes. So, continuing to paint green. Let's just work on getting that going among all the other stuff. What else have you been painting, Flo?
Survivors from Zombicide.
That's true. So you came over Saturday and we painted some fun stuff, which I posted. I got, I think just two of my Catachans.
I only painted 2 Zombicide figures.
This guy?
Mm-hmm.
I think that works. It looks like a Guns N' Roses tattoo, but whatever.
It works. Let's see. Who wants the Guns N' Roses tattoo, though? This guy right here.
You think him? More than Mohawk guy? My other leader?
Let's see.
Woo. I'm Miranda working on Titanic as Reaver Titan at the moment. Ah! Sounds nice.
Hey, Miranda, you missed a spot.
Did I? Oh, actually, that was the
Peeled.
paint coming off. Yeah.
Peeled.
Yeah, my red was not holding up against my sepia.
Do we want to give it to him, like, on his little back area there?
I mean, it wouldn't fit all that, right?
This?
Yeah.
I mean, so part of it will be hidden by the shirt.
Do you think you'd see the roses, though, at all?
I mean, we don't have to. We can...
I'm not sure where you have more surface area on that one, honestly.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I think that might be the best place to put it, and it's kind of funny.
Hey, man, go nuts. I trust your judgment.
You really should.
Mostly it's out of convenience, but I still trust you.
Okay.
Started as a joke. My sis posted Mbop on Facebook. Said I loved that song. She said she did too, and I wanted an Mbop tattoo. She said, let's do it, and we roped brother in. That is amazing. That's gotta be an interesting story to, like, tell random people, because I think that's the one song everyone knows. I saw Hanson recently, too.
I mean, they're still around.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Savage, for the super chat. Tanith are almost all tattooed, mostly on faces, and not your usual stuff. A star, a serpent, usually bluish. Here's for paints and stuff. Interesting. But that's Tanith. I still think these guys could probably do with a face tattoo or two. I mean, not all of them. I don't want them all to look like convicts, but, you know, they can look a little more aggressive. And I still would love to get, like, I need more shirtless models, I guess, for it. But the Rocks tattoo, Dwayne Johnson's crazy tribal one that takes up, like, half his chest. You know what I mean? The Goblin Alchemist I'm working on has a ton of bottles in her hands and her base. I'm trying to decide how to paint the unfilled volume of the bottles so they look empty. How would you paint an empty bottle? Because you'd basically be doing kind of a light effect on it, wouldn't you?
Yes, you would be doing a light effect on it. I'd definitely choose colors for the bottles because trying to make them look clear will be so much more difficult.
Okay.
And if you're trying to get a little bit more, a lighter blue might work that. But you want to make sure all of the edges of it are going to look darker than the center. Because the center is where you're going to get the most light through it.
Right, because you're going to tell it's empty by light showing through. And
Yes.
so you'd have to do some sort of, well, yeah, a lighting effect. Was that OSL?
Like reverse OSL.
Mm.
Trying to think of the best way to do that, but
Yeah, that's that's...
I've never tried it, so
Now,
I'm just going off of like things I've learned in art over time.
Well, the War Machine models are a little bigger. You've got 30 mil there, so you have a little more to work with as opposed to on a 25 millimeter base. I mean, I get my Catachan here's on a bigger base, and they are moving toward making them a little bigger, but these are definitely smaller models than privateers. Now you've got that up, your arm looks good. It does. Baby's got back. He's about to. Shall have a look at the Blood Angels and stuff for ideas on how GW do them. I tried some with just like a fluid line painted on and gloss coated it to look shiny like glass.
Gloss coating will help a lot, yeah.
Yeah, so you got that.
Almost a lens effect.
Yeah, there you go. I could see that. That would make sense. Everybody in my chat wants to do such fancy things. Although, I guess Shell's looking for a new challenge.
Always looking for a new challenge.
Unless you're me, you're just pawning off on your friends. I mean, I love out of bribing with food and sometimes money. Oh, that's not green at all. Wrong thing to paint green. Get that out of there. I don't want that to be green, of course. That's silly.
Sort of. It's harder to see, but it's there.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely tell that is a tattoo. Here, have him show off that fine backside to my audience.
One moment here.
It's okay to objectify models, right? They're just models. They have no feelings.
And no, he's definitely showing emotion.
He does. And his little lizard eyes there. Old Witch nearly killed me, so I decided to go small this week. She looks great, though. She looks so good. Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen Chill's Old Witch 2, hop over to my Facebook and check out the posts there. He did a fantastic job.
Do we want to do the mom tattoo on him next? Just let him go around.
Same guy?
Yeah.
Who would get mom?
Just on the other side of the Aquila, it has the mom.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Because, I love the Emperor. I love my mom. This is who I fight for. Both arms. Okay, I'm digging the theme.
Might need to borrow a little bit of white paint.
I've been painting so many Blood Angel Terminators. That's fine. Do you need pure white or do you need like a warmer white? Okay. I've got
Probably like bleached sand or something.
Yeah, that one's a really good color for that. All right. The Emperor watches over them, so they want to look nice. That's right. Although, I mean, other than on the face, do sisters... I wonder if sisters really go around getting a bunch of tattoos. I feel like they wouldn't. Other than on the face. For a very specific, pious reason. Because everything they do is sort of in devotion to the Emperor. That's my thought, anyway. Gosh, why is he... I guess he's standing on the planet of Catachan, which is why this dude has, like, all these crazy, weird vines growing behind him. Those look poisonous. To be fair, everything on the planet of Catachan is poisonous. I think I described it before. If you were to mix, like, all of the angry animals of Africa with all of the poisonous plants of
Australia.
Mm-hmm. So, like, that's sort of like a tame version of Catachan. It's my impression. Oh, right. He has a hat. That should get painted. What am I doing? I'm not even using my model holder. What's wrong with me? Which guy is getting the teddy bear tattoo? Maybe?
If it's Teddy from Weird.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Teddy from Malifaux would be slick. Although, how do you even convey that? Like, again, he's kind of a massive piece.
Just make it a very angry teddy bear.
Suppose that works. I legitimately have to figure out how to paint a mustache on this guy.
You're welcome to use them.
You can paint over a Micron pen just fine, right?
Yeah.
You invariably mess up. This model has fantastic detail, though. Quite pleased. Oh, he's got a lot of stuff, though. He's just a sensitive guy. Oh my gosh. I have the new Space Hulk set, says Lurian, and I am tempted to commit heresy and paint those Blood Angels purple. Oh my gosh, Paul would love you. Friggin' purple. And so much red.
May I borrow your water as well?
Gosh, so needy.
I know. It's not like I'm drawing tattoos on your Catachans or anything. Shots fired.
No, so aggressive. Why are you so mean?
I mean, you kind of have to be friends with you, don't I?
Wow. I'm just gonna back right away from this topic.
I'm going to borrow this.
The tiny? Okay, no.
You're like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Yes. Let's get the ground painted. Let's get my dude also on the proper base holder, because really, that's responsible.
We're painting tattoos on your models.
You're painting tattoos on my models.
I'm drawing tattoos on your models.
Fantastic job. The audience seems to like it. I actually talked to Doug last night, Paul, so yeah, I'm glad that he said that he had heard from you, so I was hoping he'd make sure to hook you up there and make sure your stuff is on the way out. Yes, so Doug's running a sale right now on tableware mats, so I need to post an image on Instagram with that code in case anybody's looking at getting some tableware mats, which I think probably work really well if you're still stuck in any sort of quarantine and trying to show little people like children, for example, how to play games, because they're gross proof. So when your child inevitably spills milk on your mat, or is picking up all the terrain with cookie fingers, or whatever it is children do, easy to clean off. So I'll post about that before the week is over, for sure. I had a little bit of a slow start to my first day off of just chilling out.
I can't imagine why.
Mm-hmm.
I just got finished with my staycation. I wish I was still on it.
Well, at least there's breaks occasionally, right?
Yes. At least I got a break.
That's a good way to look at it. Give us a look at that new loot you got. Alright, I'll show it in just a minute. Let me finish getting the base on there. How did you two gaming ladies meet? What's the story?
Barnes & Noble.
Yep, we both worked at Barnes & Noble. I guess that was kind of mostly it. Let's see. Is there a way we
Super
can make
exciting.
the story more interesting? Let's see.
Miranda actually noticed that I existed.
Which is a bit of a rare feat for me, to be honest, but no,
No, what was the story? Like, people were saying that they thought that you didn't like them, and someone was like, oh, honey, she just doesn't know you exist.
well, that was back in Oklahoma, but
It's true.
I was just so miserable over there. I didn't really. It was a different time. I was much happier working here. So yeah, we met working at Barnes and Noble. Neither of us work there anymore. We both managed to
Run away.
dislodge ourselves from there. But I worked there for like 5 years. In fact, it was the year that they gave me this little 5-year pin that I quit. So yeah, I couldn't handle that.
I quit right before I was supposed to get mine.
Oh, yeah? Well, fine. No need to be competitive about it, gosh.
I also quit just like you right before the holidays started.
Paul, yes, you can totally post the code if you want. If anybody's in this live chat and thinking about getting a tableware mat, I've got a 10% off coupon with my little YouTube name. And Doug keeps giving me and all my friends grief for not pushing it out more, which I understand. But I'm actually also going to make like a proper post about it on the Twitchers and the Instagram. So yes, Paul, you totally may. Yeah, I don't know. Do any of you guys use those? You can paint over microns and make sure to give them heaps of time to dry. I smudged a few making markings on my Eldar by not waiting long enough. Ooh, that's a good point. Wow, that's exciting. I know, I'm sorry. I have no interest. Let's see. I don't know that I've met most people under interesting circumstances. I don't really like travel or, I mean, I'm a homebody pretty well if I'm not working, so.
I didn't start really painting miniatures till after I met her.
Yeah, and Barnes & Noble had some cool people, but like, it's really hard to find anybody with overlapping interests in miniatures or any of the wargaming stuff. And I'm pretty sure you are legitimately the only person that I've met here that, at least from Barnes & Noble, that has that interest. Everyone else just sort of gives you that smile where they're like, that's nice. How do I get away from this conversation now? Alright, I'm going to give people an update with my Dylan character. It's messy because these are base coats, so don't be mean. These GW paint pots and their notorious horrible closing method. Funny you should say mats. I like to see some options for my army parade. Oh yeah? Well, check it out, man. Okay. Move over, boys. This is current progress. Like he's a commander model, so he gets the center stage, and then I'll put my dudes back down with their sweet tattoos. So yeah, again, I haven't gotten that far. That and I'm distracted.
You distracted?
No.
Never.
Alright, so let's see. Untattooed. this guy's tattooed, so you can sort of see that. Untattooed. Definitely need to get more on there. Alright, back to work. What are we at? 8:18. Oh my gosh. We have 40 minutes to get tattoos on the other dudes. Approximately. And I will try to find a better camera setup for this. next time. Alright. Finished base coats. The ground is ground colored. Boots. And some solid black boots. Hey Samuel, welcome. Is Barnes & Noble like Borders? I used to love Borders, but it went bust in the UK. They
went
filed
bust everywhere.
Yeah, they filed bankruptcy a couple of different times. And sadly, I think there's just some management problems with it. They had a store, I think, in Australia that it would have been illegal to close. Like, it kept dealing with a lot of weird rules because it was so international. But Barnes & Noble's just in the United States. But yes, it's essentially that. It's a dedicated bookstore that also has branched out into a ton of board games and other types of toys, I think.
So many toys.
Yeah, I don't know. I never messed with it, to be honest. I think I've gone in there like 3 times since I left.
I go every once in a while.
Yeah.
Gotta go say hi to Rob.
Is he still there?
He was last time I checked.
Oh, wow. Have you ever heard of a long-term brush licker ever developing health issues related to that?
I mean, most artists die from their art, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I guess if you're using lead paints, I could see that, but acrylics?
Just eating a lot of plastic.
Are you a brush licker?
No, I am not.
So, she's safe
From that.
from that one thing. Well, what would you say is a toxic habit as an artist? And don't
Not
say
wor-
something like judging yourself too harsh or something like that.
Not wearing a mask when using things like fixative or spray paints and... I know you don't wear masks, Miranda.
I don't usually have to spray paint my stuff either. I do have respirators though. I ended up getting a couple when we were doing our huge resin project.
Because you're allergic.
Because I was highly allergic to mold release, it turns out. Super, super toxic for me. Pretty sweet figure. What are his stats like? Oh, I read them earlier, and I don't know if his little thingy is still here. Weapon skill and ballistic skill of 3. He has he can do the voice of command ability twice. Remember that. He can. Yeah, his little thing is gone. His data slate comes in like 7 languages. But yeah, ballistic and weapon skill 3. He has a plasma pistol and a power fist. And then of course power fists are unwieldy, so his weapon skill on that is more like a 4 instead of a 3. But yeah, he has 4 wounds, I think. 4 wounds, 4 attacks, I want to say. So not bad. Which I assume are all with the power fist, so that'd be nice, because that's double the strength. And his base strength is 3, but I'm pretty sure the Catachan regiment still lets them go up 1. At least in Kill Team. But I want to say that's true. Yeah, that's true in 40k as well. So last I checked. Oh my gosh, have you guys heard that GW has some big announcement they're doing on Saturday? I've been wildly speculating. I have no idea what they're doing, but it does seem interesting. Good, interesting timing. You have to lick the brush to get a nice point on it. I'd like to go to Barnes & Noble to get Blitzball. Oh, Melinda's in the chat. She says hi.
Hi, Melinda.
I miss her. We'd go to tea sometimes, and now we're not allowed to. I jumped off to look at a video I was recommended. The world is crap, Miranda. Thanks for not being crap. You're welcome. We'll see you again at some point, Brian.
Okay, so it's really hard to read, but it does say mom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's very, 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 very tiny, and so it kind of bleeds together.
But it does say mom. I'm glad you put in the white backing there. Oh my gosh. All right, guys, check this one out. Oh. See how that comes across. It's his tattoo. And boom. Heart with a ribbon and mom.
What am I painting next? What are we doing next?
Oh man. Let's see here. So we've done mom, we've done the Aquila, and we've done the skull with roses. Let's see about, well, someone did mention the target symbol on the back of the head.
I feel like we should put some on someone else too, though.
We should.
Be the third one on that person.
Utterly tattoo that one dude. Do you think you could do the skull with the wreath? Do you have
Quite
green?
possible.
We have green. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So now we're gonna try an Imperial Skull with the wreath around it, like you see on some imagery, like Henry Cavill, when they're sticking him in the head of the Emperor. Yeah. Be careful when brush licking. Old Vallejo would make your tongue numb. That's freaky. How about a tattoo that says "Love COVID Potion number 19"? That's a lot of words. Yes, we decided that Paul and I are safely social distanced at 7.7 million meters away. I think they're bringing back the Primarch, Lionel Johnson, but who knows? Oh, for the announcement? Oh, that would be crazy. By the way, how's Tabletop Heroes coming along? It's coming along. We're in contact with an illustrator right now, trying to get some stuff done. I'm just waiting on some info to be sent over to her. I think they're going to announce a blue painting handle. Ay, ay, ay. I saw they made an announcement about making an announcement. Well, yes, that's fairly true. I haven't heard of anyone getting ill from brush licking, but dust from sanding Forge World resin can make you ill if you breathe it. Well, yeah, resin should not be breathed in at all. Nice, my buddy plays Catachan. I've been painting his army. Looking forward to painting him. Nice. Blue left. Handed painting handle with bonus free Primaris Lieutenant. Tyranid with Night Skull. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that works. Let's get him on Shouty Man. Yeah. Warehouse Bard, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Encouragement of keep it up.
Let's put it right here.
Yes, that is perfect. Although his back is also quite open. But no, let's do the arm.
I was gonna say, we want the back tattoo to be like a joke for the commander dude.
Okay.
With the little roses popping out.
Fair enough. Like gaunt head with handle sticking out. Oh man, that's a lot of work. Everyone thinks it's 9th edition, which makes me think it's not going to be 9th edition. See, that's where I'm leaning to. But I don't know if it's like a...
Fake out.
Right? Because they could be doing that. I honestly don't know. I am inclined to believe that just because of how long 8th edition has been out. And I feel like they want to change things up again. But I don't know. I also could see that being true because I'm probably going to be like actually getting battle reports out for 40k, which means that the second I do it in 8th edition, 9th will be announced, like pretty much without any question. That's how my luck rolls. But maybe not. I don't know. Because even if they announced it, like, how are people going to get a hold of that? And when is it supposed to come out? And once you announce a new edition, don't people stop buying the models because they're waiting to see what the new good stuff is, I guess? And so I don't think they want to give you too much headway on that, which means that if they're announcing 9th edition, they've got to be kind of ready to go. And with the current state of the world, I think they'd have a really hard time fulfilling demand. So I could see them not doing that. But you're gonna announce a Kroot army. That's what's gonna happen. A nice mom. There you go. Will it be the lion though? They would make a model and Forge World has only just released theirs. What about Commissar Yarrick? Ooh. Before they announce a blue handle, I will mail a purple handle. Not to be salty, but I would be angry if it were 9th. Sisters Codex has been out, what, 3 months? That would be perfectly in line with exactly how Sisters players have been treated. That said, that is an interesting point. Is the Sisters Codex the very last codex to come out? Has there been one since then? That would be super sucky, because I've got the Sisters Codex. And
I need to clean this up just the tiniest bit. Do you have his skin color? Or close to it?
Cool. Right there.
I'm gonna say, it doesn't have to be exact, just as long as it's close.
Yeah, there's a few of them I actually mixed paint for, which made me nervous, because matching that is always scary. So we'll have to do safe bets on some of these guys. Yeah, I don't know. 9th edition. New Kill Team box? Maybe? You can just spray your black handle any color you want, Paul. GW is going to pull a Microsoft, skip 9 and go right to 10th. Oh, it'll say new edition, right? Right now, a lot of players are carrying around 3 or 4 books worth of rules to field some armies. I think 9th would be streamlining those into single codices and cleaning up the rules. What if they went to a living rule set where it's not books anymore? Sort of what Privateer did when they were like, no, it's just all new and we are going to update the rules periodically electronically. And here's our $60 app plus $40 per army. And then you get up-to-date rules all the time. How would you guys feel about that? Because I didn't realize it until I went to Canada. But, like, if you play Age of Sigmar, they have an electronic codex that you can just see all the rules on. Very easy. It's just 40k that's never done that. And I could see them being, like, I feel like that's in the works. Like, they want to. I just don't know if they know how to and how to make it especially profitable. But if they release electronic rules now, then people could get a hold of them without having to go to game stores and physically be out. So, I don't know. Living rules equals loss of money in book sales. Maybe. Unless it was a subscription-based thing. So check this out. You pay X amount for, like, the base rules, and then they update it yearly, so you have to repay for that, and then you subscribe to your army. How about that?
Stop giving them ideas.
Hey man, they're not listening to me.
How do you know?
I'd prefer a subscription service, honestly. Interesting. I think with ideas like that, Miranda, you need a job in GW marketing. Well, everything's going to that subscription-based stuff. You know, obviously we have the streaming services that have been a thing for a while, but, you know, if you use certain computer programs like the Adobe Suite, you're subscribing to that. And so I could see them doing that, probably. maybe. I love Yark to be the new boss. I like a boss. Yark is pretty awesome. That man is a force to be reckoned with. I don't want to sound like a hater, but I'm more interested in smaller games and companies these days. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, even from the smaller games perspective, I think that's what's kept Kill Team so strong. You know, Paul, obviously you're a big fan of Kill Team. I wish the rules weren't as different as they are, but it's fine. As far as the game companies, you know, there's been so many different choices with the whole skirmish size, especially with the idea of having games that you can afford to get your family into. And GW sort of got onto this too, because their start collecting boxes, I think, start at 50, I want to say, which in the miniature world is pretty reasonable. So, but not having a bajillion models to paint is actually probably a really attractive proposition to folks. So, yeah, I can see where smaller games would be appealing. There's just nothing like that 40K aesthetic, though. It's so... And I feel that way about Iron Kingdoms, too. Like, I don't think anything really competes with that aesthetic. There's a ton of stuff for fantasy. Tons and tons. And so you can really pick and choose what you like from that. Sci-fi tends to fall to generic real easy, in my view. And so, like, 40K has always sort of stayed a step above for their, you know, their weird gothic... Really, it's fantasy, but it parades a sci-fi kind of motif. I'm with you, 6. Smaller groups, more variety, less beholden to decades of material. That is all fair. So what does Flo play?
I would say might need a little cleaning up, but...
How would you really, like, paint up the skull, though? Because I wonder if he looks skull enough looking. I almost wonder if he needs to be darkened in. Maybe he can be filled in? I don't know. Is there a way to do that? I don't want to lose the eyes, either.
Filled in...
Like, where he's more of a solid skull instead of just an outline. You know what I mean?
Okay, then I
Or
will just color
white?
it. Put white behind it?
Maybe?
Maybe like this white?
Yeah? What other colors do you have on the pins? No purple. Put that one away. Oh man, I don't know. Because I like it. It just seems so, like the outline seems so thin. You know what I mean? But I wonder if the white would, if it had a white skull look to it. Because really it would almost be more gray, but I think the white would give it a little more, I don't know. Do you think I'm making sense or?
I mean,
because right now it looks just very tribal.
Okay. Do you want me to put white behind it?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Fill in the skull with white, or put white behind all of it?
No, just fill in the skull.
Okay.
Just to give that one a little bit of detail. I think that probably works.
Do you want this white, or do you want like white?
No. Go with
Okay. I thought
that
so,
bleach
but I
sand.
always want to make sure.
You being all kind and asking. Daniel wants to know what you play.
Lately, only board games. But I have played Malifaux. I have figures for Wrath of Kings. I am going to be learning 40K soon. DJ will be teaching me.
Aw, that's so cute. You guys should come over here and paint on and play on all of my table stuff. Which armies would you play? Would you just play as Necrons or?
Necrons or Tyranids? He's got both.
I can definitely see you being a bug person.
I mean, I've been given the liberty to paint them however I want, so.
Fair enough. So some 40K, not yet, but she's going
Getting there.
She's gonna know it. She will know it. I rarely use my books anymore since getting Battle Scribe. It usually includes the rules I need. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I, for one, would be fine with that as long as I could download a current copy from my cloud in case of outages, lack of internet. Honestly, GW is a model company anyways. Most profits are from that. sort of the old CEO's viewpoint, but you're going to have like the ITC, for example, really funneling a lot of people to purchasing models. So I think they definitely want to keep that alive and well. Agreed, apps are better, 9th edition. Ugh, I don't know. In Chile, the 40K community is pretty small. I don't think Games Workshop actually have an outlet in this country, but tabletop games are otherwise quite popular. My cousin tells me that Infinity and War Machine are quite popular. I can definitely see War Machine. Infinity, I'm sorry. Infinity has a huge amount of purchase in a lot of countries, and they're nice. They're like a good game company, so I'm glad to see them getting support.
Don't we have like the biggest gathering here or something for that?
Well, we did, until it got canceled this year, but yes. We're a gamer girl using the same DNA as AOS. Start collecting boxes are about $50 US or about 3,000 Australian dollars, I think. Jesus. Agreed. The look is so pretty. I always liked a Shadowrun with sci-fi and magic. Right? Like sort of that mix. My 11-year-old spent his allowance and Christmas money on a Nurgle Demon box set. $100 Bones CDN. I was stunned. Now I have more paint projects. Are you want me to paint it for your 11-year-old?
Make your 11-year-old paint it.
For real? It's like time to learn about the other. This is how you
Let's go
discipline
over
yourself
art
from buying
theory.
models. There you go. Here's a color wheel. Go nuts.
Random.
Yeah, I like that better.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's show it off. Oh, do you want to set him in there?
I mean, I was gonna just add him and he will make his way around.
He will. Yes, he will. So check that out, guys. Give you votes. Got 20 minutes. Man, we need to think of another thing to paint. Okay, let me.
Well, we need something lighter colored, I think, if we're gonna paint anything on your black dude, because black will not show up unless we do tribal.
We could do tribal. How would you do it? Would it be like? How would you even put the outline on there? Would that be the red? Would red show up?
I mean, green or blue might show up.
Green or blue?
Green tends to be very popular with tribal.
Does it? Okay.
Or it could be just the ink fading, because when the ink fades, it turns green. In general.
I feel like Catachans keep up with their tattoos, but so we'll say that the green is purposeful. Tribal skull. How's that look?
I mean, it's a lot of skulls on everything, but okay.
Well, it's a bit of a theme.
Point. Let's see.
Oh, there was also the Punisher tattoo we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, you could try maybe something like that, because that's sort of a whole arm, and some of them sort of accent the massive amount of muscles they have.
Kind of. Let's see.
Maybe. Gray works well for creating tattoo depth. We don't have a gray Micron pen, though. We are a little limited in that regard.
Ooh, check out what this guy did.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
That's
I'm not
probably
doing that.
not going to be in 20 minutes.
I'm not doing that, but it's cool looking.
I've got the Kill Team original starter box, but I don't have the friends to play, unfortunately. That's rough. My sci-fi runs more toward hard science than cinematic. Okay. Is that the new Catachan kernel? Why, Kevin, it is. And he is delightful. And I have been delayed in painting him because I'm looking up tattoo stuff. But, yes, he's coming along.
Well, I mean, you could have looked up more before I got here.
Did look up some. I think that's not bad. Plus, it's kind of fun thinking these things up on the fly. Like, I like the tribal tattoo idea. I'm giving it at least as much thought as most people I know give to getting their tattoos. Although there are still, like, well, we've got the mom one written down there, so I guess we do have some wording. Because I wouldn't mind some shortened version of, like, the Emperor Protects or something like that. That would be kind of cool. Or something a little more
Or
sassy.
you could just put the Emperor Protects.
Could. Just seems like a lot of letters. Tribal armband. Well, we're sort of looking at doing a pattern along his arm, so it wouldn't wrap around. It would just go down. Seeing Miranda and Flo painting together makes me miss seeing Tommy and Dylan too. Aw.
They're around.
Word
Somewhere.
of caution: let the ink dry good before other paint's applied. So far, so good. Although you haven't really had to paint over any of the stuff, right?
I did a little bit, but I also was very careful with it.
In short, she knows what she's doing.
I'm good at winging it.
That works out. But again, my colonel doesn't have tattoos. So at least we don't have to worry about him.
There's always worry.
Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff on the back of this model. He's got a whole sword. Well, he's got, it must be a machete because it's not part of his card to have this massive blade. He's too busy punching people. So this is just for cutting through the forest. Kilroy been here logo? Oh, that's an interesting thought. Give him the rock stats. What would Dwayne Johnson's stats be? I feel like he'd be, well, okay, so he'd be above average human. He'd definitely be strength 4. But if he was Catachan regiment, would that make him strength 5? Could he start really punching up space marines? I don't know. Burning mushrooms. One of them is an orc slayer. What do you think about the rock stats? Well, yes.
We want to do them, but we need more chest.
Yeah.
We need body.
There's a distinct lack of chest, although that one dude does have, the one with the stubber does have no shirt on, for what it's worth.
Which one?
That guy. See, he's shirt. Well, you'll see he's shirtless. You can pick him up if you want.
I was thinking of doing the tribal tattoos on him because they'll stand out more
Yeah.
versus anything else.
I think that would be cool. I feel like he'd certainly get those kinds of tattoos.
Not being racist.
I should hope not.
Just pointing that out. I don't know, I feel like tribals you can kind of be more free with.
That's what I would imagine, because you sort of pick a style, because there's a bunch of different tribal styles, yeah? And then you just start
Go for it.
filling in shapes, is my guess. I don't know. I don't know the answer. Oh man, he's got like a claw hanging off of this thing? What is that? It's got like a lucky rabbit's foot or something.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. Well, it's awfully curved and pointy.
It's a talon.
Yeah.
Or a tyrannid tooth, I don't know.
That's what I wonder. Because they definitely have had to contend with the Tyranids. As has everybody, I suppose. But alright, that's great. Standing on a metal box, I've decided. Sort of getting. Maybe I can get him done this week, though, because I'm home. It's just so nice. I did editing this morning. I napped.
I mean, that's really important for you.
It is. Turns out I'm pretty ill-equipped for anything if I haven't had 8 hours. But, ho-hum. The more tattoo chat means the more I'm going to reveal my tattoos to Miranda. Oh no. I've been meaning to get "and" tattooed somewhere. I'm ride or die for the Oxford comma. Oh, I see. Comma, space, and. Wasn't there like a court ruling or something that officially ruled on that? That the Oxford comma was the way? I mean, it's a silly thing to be fighting about, but I do think it also is a little clearer, personally. I was always a fan of it. Never understood necessarily the devotion to it, but, you know, to each his own. Okay, how much time have we got left? 10 minutes! Alright, so this may well be the last tattoo we do. And we'll see how fast I can get Dylan going here. There we go. Oh wow, that actually does show up really well. Oh, that's the green?
Nope, that's the black.
That's
because
just using
I decided to go with the black.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, that'll look great. See, that's why you bring artists. You get professionals in to start doing stuff. And then later you're like, I could do that and copy them. And then you call them to fix everything you've done. Let's say your tattoo, your grenades are middle. I'm gonna make middle there. Although your belt should definitely be green. This guy's actually pretty easy to paint. I mean, there's some details I should probably enhance a bit, but I'll get there. Ooh, yeah, he would have a gold emblem, that's for sure. Oh, and I get to paint his face in. I'm so excited. He's got a darker khaki, like, loincloth looking thing.
Do you want me to keep going, or do you think...
I mean, where else would there even be to go? Are you talking about just, around his other arm? One arm or two? Let's see him real quick.
Oh, and it's on his back, too, by the way.
I like the one arm. I think I like that asymmetrical look. That's really solid. Oh, it looks great.
All right, one more go.
One more go.
The Punisher tattoo?
Yeah, let's put the Punisher tattoo on the guy that's just turning to face you, right? Yeah, him.
I'm like, the one that we haven't done yet.
The one, quick. Punisher, throw a skull in there, quickly. So he can fit in with the rest of them. Okay, so I guess he'll come around, so you'll see it. Definitely, I've got to go in 9 minutes though. Almost 5 a.m. Oh my goodness. Intense painting silence. Sorry. Yes. So, he's about to come around. Check out his arm because his skin's dark, but the tattoo still shows up. So it's definitely cool. Standing on a metal box of protein powder for gains. Good call. Good call. There is a court case that specified, since the comma wasn't there, that something in a list of benefits was due a group of workers, as it was fair to understand the contract that way. And very necessary in my opinion. They told me at school it was wrong. They're wrong. As we come closer to the end, now do you see why I love this stream? And now I wait for the paint to dry before the gnome wash. No, there's not going to be any wash. Like, he already had a wash done. So this is really like, we just put the sealer over him. Now, Dylan here will need some more work because obviously we're not done there. But yeah, it's coming along. So excited. Oh my gosh. All my little dudes have tattoos. I'm glad this came up from the last chat, actually.
You're welcome. Because it wasn't me who brought it up.
Well, I thank you.
What was it I said? Now time to tattoo them all. Hashtag card mode.
And I'm like, I know how to game this system. Come on over, Flo. I've got dinner. Which turns out I did not have dinner. I was given an Instapot, and it turns out I am still a terrible cook with it. Mostly because the settings are very confusing. Nothing makes sense. It's probably edible, though.
I'd hope so.
We'll find out.
I've never had a problem with any of your food.
Aw, you're so nice.
I mean,
Aw,
I
thanks,
really
Faceless.
like what you make. So,
Anybody backing any good Kickstarters? I did just finish backing one for Terrain. It's for 3D printers. If you have a 3D printer, it is a web-based program for building your own 3D terrain. And I think it's all fantasy style right now. And it's just this web-based program where you build it modularly. Like, think of The Sims, right? When you would build houses there. And then you can send it to an STL file and print it. So I'm super excited. I think that's supposed to release late June, early July, and I'm going to go nuts printing all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to think of other Kickstarters. There's some I've backed and I've kind of forgotten about. I don't know if anybody else does that, but I'm pretty sure you let all inks dry before applying new paints. Otherwise, blotchy maker. I've done it. Not pretty. Better an Instapot than an Anetipot. A neti pot?
okay. Basically cleaning out your nostrils.
Oh, gross! Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so perfect on him. Yes, I love it. Go show them. I never thought I'd be so excited about tattoos, but they're not on me, so it's great.
Next
The
one's
heart
going to be a
tattoo.
Cthulhu.
The heart tattoo with the little banner is nicely done.
Oh, why thank you.
It's the last time I edge paint Fenrisian gray edge highlights over Calgar blue. It's pointless. You can't get the Fenrisian gray edge thin enough to go over the Calgar blue. Have you tried one of those little rubber brushes? It's rubber, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Where you can just get this tiny little thin line. I wonder if that might do it for you versus a brush.
Never been
brush.
able to use them.
No, not ever?
I don't know why.
Really? Even I've been able to.
I mean, like, I feel like the paint gets used up really fast with them.
Yeah. It dries.
And so
pretty
that
quickly
just
on
drives me nuts for whatever reason. See, I see these and I'm like, oh yeah, pastel blenders.
Fair enough. Alright, so we'll get Dylan on there and you can sort of see how much progress I got with him tonight, and then we'll call it good and hang out a little bit. There's so much to this modeled base. I get headaches from 3D resin printers with the fumes. Yeah, I only have filament printers. I've looked into the resin, but they'll have to live out in the garage or something. I'm out. Thank you for the stream. Thanks, Six. Appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, rubber brushes. Let me show you these. You can get them at any hobby store. So he's gonna hang out with these fellas. Just gonna make room.
Make way!
It'll come back around. Anyway, that is the rubber brush I'm talking about. And there's a bunch of different points on them, but it is hydrophobic, obviously being rubber, and so you can hold a little bit of paint on there. And because it's rigid, you might be able to get kind of the line you're talking about. But I don't know. No promises.
Everybody got tattoos.
Everybody, they
nobody
all
got a
went
face
out.
tattoo.
No one got a face tattoo. Not today.
We
But
never put the target on the back of his head.
he already had 2 tattoos. We don't need to be greedy.
He could still get a target later.
He can get one later. It's true. I won't seal him yet. So, anyway.
Plus, you've got those guys that we might tattoo later.
Yes, I haven't shown her off yet, so. All right, well, I think we are going
She's
to...
got her little...
Oh, rubber brush. Yes, exactly. Can you post close-ups of the tattoos? All right, I can do that. I'll get some
I'm
pictures.
totally going to do that on my Instagram as well.
Oh, okay. So follow her Instagram. What's your Instagram?
The Painter Flow.
The Painter Flow.
Amazing. Same thing as the name that I go with.
I just figured I'd double check. Anyway.
Not gonna lie, I have 3 Instagrams, so totally valid.
Dylan, you son of a baby, what's the matter? Administratum got you pushing too many pencils. I have a rubber pencil, which is to rub out watercolor and acrylic pencils. Oh, gotcha. Try glow-in-the-dark paints for tattoos. You'll see something soon on your Facebook, too. Oh, my. All right. Well, cool. We're going to call it here. Flo, thank you so much for coming over and doing a bunch of work on my miniatures.
Well, it's nice to get out of the house.
Yeah. So we're going to eat
Not
dinner.
for work.
And yes, and enjoy chilling out. Because that's one of the fun parts about the hobby. Woo! All right. Take care, guys. I'll see you next week. Love you. Bye.